You're watching Talking Points, a focus on the political scene in Lubbock and across the South Plains.
And welcome back. Here's a look at some of the political headlines of the past week. Lubbock County Commissioners voted to approve a trip to Washington, D.C. for members of the Sheriff's Department to honor the late Sergeant Joshua Bartlett. That will happen on National Peace Officers Memorial Day on May 15th. And our folks will be there for a ceremony to remember fallen officers, including Sergeant Bartlett, who lost his life in that SWAT standoff in Levelland last July. Lubbock Mayor Dan Pope this week gave his last State of the City presentation. Mr. Pope told the crowd at the Civic Center more about the transition to the ERCOT power grid, the addition of 2 new water towers and hundreds of new jobs, as well as the big renovation project at the airport. The mayor also recognized the COVID testing and vaccination work done by the health department and first responders, and he also had a message for Lubbock's next mayor.
I just remind them that it's a team sport, and that you only have one vote. The mayor can't get anything done without the council working together, and I think there's wisdom in that, and I really believe that we're going to go forward in a positive way. I think change is good. I think that's the way, that's the way our political system is built, and I look forward to supporting the new leadership of our community.
And Mayor Pope says the one thing he regrets about his time in office is not getting the big street improvement bond passed. And this week, Governor Abbott set a special state election for the same day as our municipal elections, May 7th. 2 questions for voters to answer there: whether to lower property taxes for the elderly and disabled by lowering their school tax bill, and the other is whether to raise the homestead exemption to $40,000 for school taxes. Governor Abbott will be back in Lubbock for a Get Out the Vote event, by the way, on Tuesday afternoon. The governor's race and a lot of Republican and Democratic candidates are also on the primary ballot right now. But if you believe the polling, it looks like the 2 races for governor are a foregone conclusion. And KAMC's Monica Madden takes a look.
We need to get out the vote for Governor Abbott.
Governor Abbott's campaign showed no love for Democrats, focusing his attacks squarely on challenger Beto O'Rourke.
Open border policies imposed by the Biden administration and supported by Beto O'Rourke himself.
Both Abbott and O'Rourke are favored to win their party's primary. New polling from the Texas Politics Project looks ahead to November, showing Abbott with a 10-point lead over O'Rourke.
That's a pretty comfortable lead.
The governor is working to tie O'Rourke to the president, who polled unfavorably amongst Texans surveyed. I asked O'Rourke about this last Thursday in a one-on-one interview.
It sounds to me like Greg Abbott is desperate and Greg Abbott is scared. We're focused on the people of Texas.
The more that I let Texans know what Beto really stands for, candidly, I think the polls should be widening.
Assuming voters in their party are feeling the love.
The matchup is hypothetical, even though both are doing very well in their primary races.
In Austin, Monica Madden, KAMC News.
Okay, Monica, thank you. Let's spend 5 good minutes now with the challenger for Precinct 4 County Commissioner job, Jordan Rackler. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. And I understand you're a successful farmer, been a volunteer firefighter for quite a while.
I am. So I'm a 5th-generation cotton farmer. I've been in Shallowater, Texas my entire life. I'm 37 years old. I've got 3 kids and a wife. And I currently serve as a lieutenant with the City of Shallowater Volunteer Fire Department. I've been there 20 years.
Wow. So we mentioned being a firefighter. Everyone in public office will come here and they'll sit in that chair and they'll say, we're committed to first responders. We've sent them this money. We plan to do more. In your opinion now, have county commissioners done a good job, in taking care of the volunteer firefighters and first responders in general in their budget plans over the last year?
They have. They've actually increased the budget and came up with more funds for the local volunteer fire departments in the county. They're funding the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office got a pay raise, and so they're more likely to be able to keep their employees long term with the pay raise.
Yeah. Is there more that can be done that you were thinking about, maybe ways that we can improve on that a little bit?
If you call for a sheriff's deputy in the middle of the night, there may be 5 sheriff's deputies working in Lubbock County, and if they're on South Lubbock County and they need to be in North Lubbock County, your response time may be delayed.
So more patrols.
So more patrol is going to make their job easier.
How much have you gotten into sort of getting an early look, in case you're elected on this deal, of how county government works and how budgets work and are put together and things of that nature? Is that sort of a daunting thing, or have you already been working in that direction?
No, I'm not scared of a budget. As a business owner, I run a pretty large budget. I don't run a $140 million budget, but I'm a West Texas cotton farmer that moves a lot of money around in budgets, and I can make 60-cent cotton work and I can make $1.20 cotton work. It's all in how you use the pencil and where you allocate it.
Sure. So. And have you taken a peek, maybe some items in county budgets and things of that nature where you may be able to either cut or put something aside for a while to get into some better projects that you're interested in?
So I have not actually, since I am an outcast, I'm trying to beat an incumbent, I have not looked at the actual county budget, but I have heard bits and pieces of what's in it, and you can always take and see what it is as a whole and what you can change. However, you got to remember that what's important to you that's not important to them, the equally important in your eyes, and so there's going to be conflict, so you have to try to be fair with your budget.
Sure, definitely so. You know, a lot of folks who live in rural parts of Lubbock County will talk a lot about the Caliche Road problems that seem to always have some issues, you know, especially after it rains or in some form or another. Are there things that haven't been done in that regard that can be done, maybe at a price that the county can approve?
The road situation in northwest Lubbock County is Precinct 4's roads are in horrible shape. And they have the budget to start with. They have the manpower. They have an issue with the manpower may be over here flagging on Milwaukee when you feel like they should be on a blade, or they may be on a dump truck when they should be flagging. So more personnel within the county road and bridge would increase the productivity. But we've got to just try to stay effective and efficient with taxpayers' money. But our road and bridge, with the growing infrastructure in northwest Lubbock County, it's not in good shape.
So better use of resources.
We need to either educate or light a fire and try to get a little momentum going, because Precinct 4's road and bridge is in the poorest shape of all of the county. And
there have been a lot of road projects sort of set up long-term in other parts of the county, but you're saying we need to start thinking about Precinct 4 a little bit too.
We do, and those bonds that were passed for in 2018 haven't been started. So if we can get started on some projects that were already approved, hopefully we can try to get rolling in another direction.
Sure. You know, your opponent has pledged to never vote on a property tax increase. Did end up with the Sheriff's Department wage increase out there for voters and put that out there. What do you say about all of that, and where are you on the county tax rate and how that would be held if you were in that job?
So I'm going to start by saying my opponent is saying that he did not vote for a property tax increase. My opponent voted for a 3.5% property tax increase, to therefore take to the voters for a greater than 3.5% property tax increase. The voters approved it. So my opponent that is running on I never have and I never will have a tax increase, he did, however, have his thumb firsthand in a tax increase. I do think that the extra money was needed to fund our sheriff's office, but I don't know that our commissioners needed a pay raise.
You know, before we go, I know you spoke a little in different places about the need for better communication among citizens to their representatives on the commissioner's court. What's been a problem there, and how can you make it better?
I'm very easy to communicate with. I have one cell phone number. It's all over the place. I can say you hey, I can come pull you out of the mud, or I can talk to you about county business. If you call, I will answer. And I'm readily available, and I'm ready to hire more help on my farming operations so I can represent Lubbock County.
He's ready to go. Real quick before we go, where can we find you on social media and places like that if people want to know more?
On Facebook, it's Jordan Rackler for County Commissioner PCT4. My personal Facebook page is on there as well. It's Jordan Rackler. You can email me at jdrack@aol.com. I've had it since I was 13, and that's why it's initials, but I appreciate you.
All right, good deal. Well, good luck to you. Jordan Rackler is running for County Commissioner for Precinct 4. Good to see you.
Thank you for your support.
And straight ahead, do any of you not want LP&L as we know it to go away? The vote is coming to let you choose your power provider, just like you choose a cell phone provider. What you need to know, though, next on Talking Points.